Hello everyone and welcome back to some more NASCAR Heat 5 Custom Championship season without the playoffs, where today we're heading over to Talladega. So there's not a whole lot else to say other than good luck and hopefully Hamlin and Busch both crash so that we can actually make up some points. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to go ahead and qualify, but I feel like it's probably going to be a pretty null point considering this is a super speedway. So hopefully we just qualify in a place where we can, stay with the pack and get started, because it's not going to mean too much otherwise. So you guys can't see this, but there's a small little thing on my monitor that's right above my car that is on the actual physical monitor itself. It's kind of annoying me, so of course you can't see it, but it's kind of distracted me for this entire qualifying lap, which has also just been pretty slow. We're going to see. There's actually 2 laps. What a anticlimactic event that was. All right, coming across the line, that was a significantly slower lap. Actually, no, I think it was faster, but still 33rd. Again, not great. Wasn't expecting it to be, especially without any kind of custom setup. You're only going to qualify so well, and look at that. Jimmy Johnson, dead last. That's not something you expect to see. Also, I mean, you see Bubba Wallace down here, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick will move up through the field, and we're going to probably be unlucky here. Ty Dillon, Corey LaJoie, front row. Okay, well, you still got Denny Hamlin and Ryan Newman, those guys up there, but this top 10, I don't know what to think of it. It's kind of all over the place. Okay, so here we go. Coming to the green flag, I did loosen up the car just a little bit. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Really, I don't think it matters too much. This is all about just, how you control the draft and what line you're in, more so than anything. This is a 24 lap race. It feels like that thing at the menu is always off by 1 for some reason. And we have 19 laps of fuel. Okay, so we're back to a race where we're going to have a mandatory pit stop, which, if I'm being honest, I would prefer that we get a caution, just because I know my pit road entry is going to be really bad, and we're going to, lose a lot of ground because of it. Okay, so we're safely in the draft. Eric Jones is going really slow for some reason. We're going to need to pick up the pace here, Eric. We want to make sure we stay attached to this main pack. Okay, that was a big bump from behind. That's one thing. These cars, when the AI gets a big run, they don't really care if it's a good idea. They're going to come and they're going to bump you. They're going to give you a nudge, and, at that point, Jesus, take the wheel. Who knows what's going to happen? I will say this, though. I do recall, especially back in like a NASCAR The Inside Line, I'm pretty sure, if you ever played that, if I remember this correctly, it could be a different NASCAR game I'm actually thinking of, but it used to be, actually, it might have been earlier Heat games as well. Whenever you got into the draft on these super speedway tracks, it was effectively, 4 wide, and you were all just in like a moving parking lot, effectively, and it was not realistic in the slightest. Also, is it just me, or does Kenseth's name not show up as a draft partner? Is that a thing? Is that a... Okay, I guess it actually doesn't show it. If there's 2 of them, it only says... Okay. I kind of got confused there. It wouldn't surprise me, though. There are a lot of just random bugs that seem to happen. But I just misinterpreted that completely, because it doesn't even say Brendan Gaughan's name either. Also, maybe we should take... Also, that's not Brendan Gaughan, that's Timmy Hill. Too many cars. This is 4 wide. What a great idea. Honestly, let's just go ahead and try and get to the front, because if we do have to make a green flag pit stop, we need to lose as little time as possible, because I am just terrible at pit road entry, and we are now sandwiched in between 2 cars. Please don't turn me into Chase Elliott. I feel like it happens a lot to Chase Elliott, where he'll get wrecked at super speedways and people will blame him when the issue is like he's sandwiched in between 2 cars, like one in front of him and one behind him, where they're both on his bumper. So when that happens, you literally can't do anything, but people always find a way to blame him, saying that he moved. But the fact is, in that case, that if the person behind him moves their bumper, his car is just along for the ride at the point. He can't really do a whole lot because he can't get off the bumper ahead of the guy ahead of him. So don't want to have that happen here, as we're already up towards, top 10, in the top 10, in fact. This could be a redemption race for us. We could get a win. Of course, knowing our luck, you see up there already Denny Hamlin in the lead. That guy, honestly, the game just really wants to finally give him a championship. All they had to do was get rid of the playoffs for that to happen. Also, I find it pretty amusing that somehow this considers Joey Gase to be cold right now, even though I think Joey Gase would be absolutely elated to be in the top 5, like, ever. Let alone, up here from the start, and he's been confidently running up here since the race started. But, game, you can do you. Ross Chastain also up here. We got a lot of interesting names. And then I think we have Eric Almirola in the 10. In the lead now. He's taking it away from the 11. And I think that's the 12 as well. So we're just counting through the numbers. Now all we need is Chase Elliott to be up here. And Ty Dillon did start up here. We could just start counting up through categorically all the numbers, or in order. Joey Gase. I was trying to go to your inside. Unfortunately, we did not get the run. We will now. This could actually be a pretty straightforward race. I say that I wanted to make sure I didn't make contact with them. All right, now we're just running along top 3. This is basically how the race goes now. This was very easy to get up here. So if we have any shot of winning another race this season, this is definitely one of the best ones, because we definitely have a really good car, and we manipulated the draft very well to get up here. All we're hoping for now is that Denny Hamlin basically blows an engine or something. Because if we could win the race and he finishes like a dead last, suddenly instead of being, 52 or 53, however many points behind, we'll basically just be, 10 or so, which completely reasonable, especially when, I mean, we still have more than half the season to go, so honestly it's not a big deal. But you don't want to let them keep pulling out more points on us every race, as we're going to push YRB to the lead here, and Joey Gase is going to follow us, so he's going to move back up to the top 3. As Eric Almirola gets left out to dry just a bit. Actually, it looks like somebody picked him up after the fact. I'm just going to go ahead and probably try and pass Blaney here. I would rather be in the lead and then just hope I don't wreck myself. If anything, we're going to be coming to the line at the end of the race, and I'm going to try and block Joey Gase and get wrecked. And then, of course, he's going to win, being the future Hall of Famer that he is. Probably a bit of an unfair statement, considering who knows. I mean, he is still really young, so anything can happen, but definitely not going to get my hopes up for him being in like these backmarker cars for the time being. All right, so we have Justin Haley with a run to the outside. I'm not going to block him. I want to stay consistent. I don't want to make any erratic moves here, just because I'm still yet to actually have a DNF of my own, which, knowing me, because I said that, it's going to jinx everything. But okay, also Ryan Blaney with a run through the middle. Now imagine if that was the run to the line. 3 wide. It would have to include Blaney. It has to include Blaney. We already know that at this point. If Blaney's going to win a race, it's got to be a race that's stupidly close. I don't know if a guy's capable of winning a race that's just like, just run away and take it. I'm pretty sure he's like cursed to the point where you have to be like, biting your nail off in order to do so. Because he's basically just always winning because, something chaotic happens in the last lap or two. If anything, I mean, I guess his first win was pretty tame against Kevin Harvick, but it was still a pretty intense battle for quite a while. As now we have Denny Hamlin behind us. Honestly, I'd rather try to go up and block Gase in the hope that Joey Gase could actually come along for the ride. I don't think it's going to help though. So we're just gonna stay to the inside. I don't want to give it up. We're just gonna pull the classic leader at a Talladega or Daytona move here. Although Joey Gase had an absolutely incredible launch there. He's actually going to clear us. Wow, look at that. I still like how the game considers this to be a cold run for him. I mean, this is like the drive of this dude's life. But, okay. All right, we're going to cut to the inside here. Try and cut him out dry. We're not exactly getting a run yet, but Tyler Reddick is going to come give us a push. Okay, thank you very much, sir. And we're going to safely get back around him. Okay, so I'm going to look behind me. And you're just going to see a massive, swarm of cars. I don't think you could get this many cars that closely together beyond a restart. There is one car that's kind of struggling. They've lost hold of the pack. But beyond that, it seems like the entire field is within a second. Which, I mean, we do see, from time to time in the real world. But it's not something you really see that often anymore because it's nuts. And you definitely wouldn't see it, only halfway through the race. As Kevin Harvick now gets a big run, getting pushed by Chris Buescher on the outside. It is really hard to pay attention to all the lanes of traffic here when they're running 3 and 4 wide behind you. There's only so much you can actually do. The only issue now is, of course, going to be that we are going to have to pit at some point. Clearly, you don't take tires. We're just going to be taking fuel and whatever, minimum amount of fuel you need to actually get to the finish. But the big question is going to be, how much time will I lose on pit road entry? And do I risk it? Do I try and go in there very quickly and risk a speeding penalty and pull a Denny Hamlin? Because worst case, if we do end up doing that, it's just going to help Denny Hamlin, ironically. So I don't exactly want that to happen. All right, so Kevin's got a much better push there from Alex Bowman. He's actually just going to shove him all the way to the lead, and then he's going to come down to the bottom. I actually like that. That seems kind of smart. I'm surprised the AI will do that. They'll immediately drop to the bottom once they clear you. Although then he just gave up, the bottom right afterwards. But usually they would just stay on the high side, but they actually try and cut you off. At least to some extent. I don't know. There's still some work to be done there. But it's still pretty impressive. Like, they're actually putting up a pretty good battle. Okay, that's not a place you want to bump me, Tyler. But, I mean, it worked out. But that was one heck of a push. Even though I said that, I mean, it was a pretty good push, but it didn't actually, you know, make me go much faster. If anything, it probably just scared everybody because that was a pretty big hit. There are far too many cars right behind us for us to actually pay attention to, as my brain is momentarily shutting off. I'm trying to keep track of it. I'm trying to show you guys the action going on behind me too. Also, I see your teammate. Dude, okay, so if Bubba Wallace gets up here, should I push him to the win? Obviously, you guys can't answer that because it'll have happened or it won't have happened by the time you guys are watching this, but I kind of am tempted to do it. We would be giving up 5 points. Like, we'd be giving up a win. Okay, also, Tyler Reddick really going to the outside there, trying to get to the lead. Timmy Hill, okay, what are you doing up here? But, hey, you know, we'd be giving up 5 points, but a win's not worth it too much in a season-long format compared to with the playoffs, so it could be something worth trying. Or we could make him earn it and just see if maybe he naturally gets around us and steals a win away. Okay, at this point, it's just there's 3 cars all like neck and neck behind me. It's just you hold one line and hope that's the line that works, because if you try and cross all of them, you're just going to end up spinning yourself out. And knowing my luck, I would nose it into the wall and we would just DNF. And then we'd go from having our best shot at a win since, like, you know, a while back to last place. As Timmy Hill with a big run, we are going to slow him down just a bit, but he's going to keep going. All right. Actually, we're 3 wide for the lead. I can imagine now we're dominating this race pretty well, but we're probably going to struggle once we go to the green flag pit stop. Also, Hall of Famer Quinn Houff, 3rd place, looking to the outside. Can this guy actually, like I said, I've said this before in previous videos, when you come to these super speedways in these games, it's almost always a car you would never expect that wins. And I know that does happen in the real world, but the fact that it happens almost every time in these games is just kind of crazy, because I'm pretty sure in the games it's basically treated as RNG, more so than, you know, some cars are still going to be favored to do well, like Denny Hamlin. Cars like that should be up here. Guys like Chase Elliott, people that, or all the Penske drivers even, that traditionally do really well here, they should still have a, you know, some kind of modifier to help them out here. But it really just seems like, hey, you know, let's give all the cars the exact same specs and see what happens. Which, hey, that'd be pretty cool, you know. Make it like an IROC series in a way. All right, Tyler Reddick's definitely been putting up a good fight, but we're not going to let him get to the lead that easy, as Brendan Gaughan. Okay, for some reason I thought that was a different car. Brendan Gaughan, yeah, he is pushing us to the front. I'm not used to seeing the front of Brendan's car behind me. I'm not going to lie. Usually I only ever see the back of Brendan's car whenever we're like lapping him. So, you know, no offense to Brendan, but I thought it was a different car for some reason. All right, Tyler Reddick once again with a huge run. Also, a lot of cars behind us with a big run. We only have a few laps of fuel left, so we do need to get ready to come in for a pit stop. You never want to be the first one to do it. But that being said, if you do come in and pit, and a caution comes in right afterwards, you're still going to be fine, because you're not going to lose a lap. Well, you could lose a lap, depending on, you know, how slow your entry is. But you should be okay for the most part. Right, 8 laps to go. Hopefully nothing bugs out. Hopefully everybody does have to come in and pit, because that would be kind of a shame. Because this is a really intense race. I'm enjoying this. Even if I don't win, you know what? I like the really close races like this. Which, I mean, you know, stark opposite to what happened at Richmond with Cole Custer, you know, with an extra 200 horsepower or whatever in his car. Quinn Houff, hey, you know what? Hey, buddy. I know I kind of made fun of you in the last few episodes, but hey, feel free to come give me a little bump. Push me to the lead. Or Brandon Gaughan's going to go get pushed to the lead by Ryan Blaney. Okay, here we go. We're turning into like tandem racing here, except the whole pack is doing it. Could you imagine that? Every single car for like, you know, 20 cars deep, all just bumper to bumper. One car makes a mistake, the entire thing's taken out. Oh gosh. Okay, I kind of got shoved to the outside there. That was very risky. You know what? I should not have done that. I kept just slightly veering off to the left there, and fortunately I got away with it. But that very easily could have been me being taken out by Quinn Houff after, you know, memeing on him the whole last video. Brendan's actually holding really strong there, all alone in the middle lane. I don't like this. I feel like I'm going to be robbed of a win instead of somebody actually dominating. I don't know. I feel bad for whoever that is that's, you know, way back there, because they have no chance. Also, here comes some cars to pit road. I'm not going to go this time. I'm going next time, just because I'm afraid, and I'm hoping a caution comes out so that I don't actually have to do it. I already know this is how we're going to lose the race. I really should have practiced this. Okay, I also need to make sure I stay ahead of these cars. I really should have practiced this though, because otherwise we're just going to lose a lot of time here, which will be unfortunate because when we come out, we're not going to have very much time to make our way back up through the field if we have to. Okay. It's still just me and Brendan. We've been side by side for quite a while here. I honestly wouldn't put it against him. Brendan Gaughan, like, he really doesn't race a whole lot anymore in the Cup Series, but when he does, it's always here at, you know, Talladega and Daytona, so wouldn't put it against him. He's also passed me for the lead, and I'm being shoved to the outside. I don't like this. Okay, they are slowing down to come to the pits. I'm also going to slow down to come to the pits.
Back it down.
Wait, 55. Okay, we made it. I had to concentrate there for a second. We're going to take... we got to take 1 can of fuel, no tires, no repairs. That's all we need. I feel like that was a pretty good pit entry. I mean, we kind of gained time, if anything. Okay. Caution came out. I guess we have to pit. Yeah, okay, guess we still have to pit. This is a weird glitch. All right, sure, whatever. Let's do this. 24th. I think we kind of got screwed over there. Actually, okay, so the cars that managed to pit beforehand, I guess we're able to get away with it. We kind of got the short end of the stick, and now there's only a few laps left. That could not have gone much worse for us. I think we're in a green-white checker. We've just been robbed of a chance to potentially win. I really don't know what caused the caution either, so that's not great. All right, I'm going to see if I can at least squeak my way to the inside here. We're going to go 4 wide right on the restart. I'm sure my teammate appreciates being stuck to the outside of that. The leader right now is Clint Boyer. We might actually get a somewhat rational winner out of all this. Or maybe I'm going to get the world's best run. Maybe not. Okay, no. The Benedetto's got a pretty good run here as well. We're going to try something. We got to go to the middle, I guess. This is not a place I want to be. There's no way we're going to win this, though, now. Unfortunately. Although I say that. Weirder things could happen. Can we go from like 20 whatever to first place in 2 laps? I would think probably not. I'm trying to cut to here. That was probably a bad idea. Chad Fincham's going to leave us out to dry. Coming to the white flag. See Quinn Houff trying his best to push somebody to win, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out for him. All right, we're going to go ahead, go to the outside. Can we actually get a run off of Quinn Houff? Does not seem like it. We are just in a really unfortunate spot. That really sucks. I didn't expect a yellow flag to actually come out while we were on pit road. So I don't know what would have happened. If I didn't pit, would it have gone ahead and completed the pit stop that I was already there? I assumed it didn't. I could have been just completely stupid and maybe it would have, but, you know. Oh gosh, this is not the position we want to be in. We got Blaney alongside us. I don't even know who's winning. Is that Logano? Actually, is that Michael McDowell again? Are you serious? Is this actually going to happen? Is Michael McDowell going to win his second? Okay, I don't think so. Somebody else. I think it's a side-by-side finish. But he's going to put up a fight for it. Coming to the line, is that Timmy Hill? Where did we even finish? 18th. That was terrible. We did not get a good restart. We did not need that caution to come out. I have no idea what just happened. Okay, so I've been looking at the replay here to try and figure out what caused the caution. And I want to say that, yeah. So Austin Dillon decided to Kevin LePage Stenhouse, and I think that brought out the caution even though nothing actually happened. So thank you, Kevin LePage Jr., for effectively robbing us of our race win. But after all that, regardless, we do have to look at the final race results, regardless of how heartbreaking that was, because we probably should have won the race. Okay, wow. I didn't actually realize Michael McDowell somehow won that. I thought Timmy Hill had him. That was really close to coming to the line of 5/1000ths. Michael McDowell, the man who won the Daytona 500, and then has basically been 35th or worse every race since, now picks up his second win of the season. He has as many wins as the points leader Denny Hamlin, myself, and Ryan Newman, but I'm pretty sure he's probably still like 28th in points or worse. Good for him. Timmy Hill almost stole that race. Honestly, if Tyler Reddick had won the race, I would not have been upset because he was up there running with me. But yeah, we did kind of get the short end of the stick in this situation. Kyle Busch finishes 9th. I finished in 18th. We do pick up a lot of points on Denny Hamlin, who actually finished 38th. I think he had a lot of issues earlier in the race. I think he got a bunch of damage from part of the replay that I saw. So we do still gain quite a few points on him, but we should have done even better, you know, if Austin Dillon didn't choose to, you know, be mentored by Kevin LePage or something like that. But we're just going to have to live with it. And so actually, looking at the point standings, we now have a change in the lead. Kyle Busch, because Denny Hamlin had such a poor finish, takes the lead by 2 points. Ryan Newman actually jumps over us now to 3rd place, which also, you know, kind of unfortunate considering we would have been probably, you know, 20... Nah, we would have been like 30 points out of the lead still. We still would have been closer. But Kevin Harvick also struggles, falls us down to 5th place, tied with Martin Truex Jr. And you can see 1 win, 2 wins. Nobody's won more than 2 races yet. But then you go all the way down this list. You see Cole Custer, and then you see the race winner, 2-time race winner now, Mike McDowell, still 30th in points, but he's got 2 wins. Very impressive. But anyways, guys, that will wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I did enjoy it, even though, you know, the result wasn't necessarily in my favor. I do wish I could have actually battled it out for the win, because I feel like we had a really good chance of actually doing that. But yeah, if you guys haven't made this far and you have enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing if this is somehow the first video you've stumbled upon in this series. And yeah, next race we head on over to Dover, and I'll see you guys then.